NFL free agency rolling here, Harrison. I think the top target at tight end is Austin Hooper. And, of course, there's a lot of interest around him.
Yeah, so Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry are the two top guys. Henry's been tagged for the Chargers, so
Correct.
Hooper's market value, honestly, has gone up, in my opinion. If he was set to make $10 million before, maybe it's 12 now because he is going to be that much more coveted. The Falcons are going to let him hit the market. Maybe their decision to cut Devontae Freeman is hoping they can try to bring back Austin Hooper, but he is going to get a big deal. We'll see if it's the biggest ever for a tight end. I don't know if it'll get that big, but he's had 2 really good seasons in a row for Atlanta. I know the Chicago Bears are going to have some major interest after their brutal tight end production last year. They need some help on that offense from Mitchell Trubisky. He would certainly be a good red zone option for a young quarterback who has struggled at times. A couple of other teams that make sense. Packers just cut Jimmy Graham.
Yep.
Obviously, they signed Kirksey, so we'll see how much money they've got to play with there. The Redskins cut Jordan Reed after all of his concussion issues. And then, like I said, the Chicago Bears. Those are some teams that are interested. I think that list will become larger, honestly, because Austin Hooper's what? 5th or 6th best tight end in the NFL right now, for sure top 10, if not pushing on the door of top 5.
I think, though, when you look at Austin Hooper, I think the fact that Hunter Henry has been tagged, I think he's probably going to get a 4-year deal. I'm going to say around 10. You could even see him get up in that $11 million range. The other thing with Hooper, though, is like, yes, these are good stats, over 70 catches the last 2 years. I think he's in a favorable offense. He's also a decent blocker, so I think depending on where he goes, he is going to help out a team. I actually think a move to the Bears makes a lot of sense if you do plan on sticking with a player like Mitchell Trubisky, because what helps a quarterback that's struggling a little bit?
Good young quarterbacks benefit greatly from veteran tight ends. And I'll even say, like, obviously Patrick Mahomes is incredible, but Travis Kelce helps a whole lot.
So does Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and Demarcus Robinson. So we want to know from everyone who's tuned in right now, where will Austin Hooper sign? Throw it in the comments section for those of you watching this live on YouTube, Facebook. We want to hear from you. Austin Hooper's going to...
I'm going to say the Bears. They need him. They need a tight end. There's limited, Eric Ebron they've had some interest in. There's been rumors around him. But if they can get him at a 4-year, $45 million type of contract, I think that's good value for him. If you're committed to Trubisky, I think you got to get a more than serviceable tight end in there, and Austin Hooper is certainly that.
So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers because I think that they moved on, and I think when Aaron Rodgers has actually been at his sneaky best, it's been with a decent tight end. So I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. We're going to stick here in the NFC North, and we're going to go to your team, or one of the teams that you cover here at Chat Sports, around Nick Kwiatkowski, and a lot of interest around him.
Yeah, so Kwiatkowski, a couple of ways to break this down, and I've done this on on our Bears channel as well, youtube.com/Bears Now. If you want to check out all our Bears coverage, we will have tons of stuff coming out during free agency. I don't think he's going to be back because the Bears re-signed Danny Trevathan.
Bingo.
And they just don't have a ton of cap space. So Kwiatkowski is going to test the market. Teams are interested. The Browns right now seem to be the front runner. They have major interest in him. Had a breakout season last year, 76 tackles, took advantage of Trevathan, some other guys getting banged up. Roquan Smith missed some time as well. I like him. I thought the Bears would honestly go in his direction instead of Trevathan because of Trevathan's injury issues, and he's getting older. But they value his leadership, and that's why they kept him. But Kwiatkowski, I'll be curious to see what he gets on the open market. Does he get $8 or $9 million per year? There's murmurs he could get $10 million per year.
Wow, I would actually be pretty surprised if he got that high.
I think the Bears feel like Trevathan's market was less, so they went that route considering they don't have a ton of cap space right now. So Kwiatkowski back to Chicago seems pretty unlikely at this point. Teams are interested. Like I said, the Browns are going to make an offer for him, I believe, and I would be surprised if he is back in the Windy City.
I also think that he hasn't played a lot, and at age only 26, you can see the upside. You can see that he's an extremely smart player. So I think wherever he goes, I actually anticipate him getting about $5 million, 2-3 year.
If he was only going to get $5 million, the Bears would have brought him back.
Okay.
That's what I believe because he's been healthy and Trevathan is not, and they just paid Trevathan $8 million per year. So why if it's 5, I just don't get that logic. Now Ryan Pace has made some questionable decisions as the Bears GM, but I think he will be in that Trevathan area, honestly.
Well, speaking of Danny Trevathan, I'm going to keep letting you roll with this because you're going to bear down on these news around the Bears.
Yeah, and I mean that's the main reason why the Kwiatkowski rumors that he's probably not going to be back is because why Kwiatkowski's not going to be back is because they re-signed Trevathan. They value his veteran leadership, vocal leader on that defense. The Bears are still in win-now mode. At least they're operating that way. Now, if you stick with Trubisky, I question that a little bit because I don't know how far you can go with him at quarterback. But I like Trevathan. When he's out there, he's one of the best inside linebackers in the NFL. But overall, I am surprised they valued him over Kwiatkowski because I do not think that he will be back with Chicago.
Am I the only one, though, that
season.
thinks Danny Trevathan is just kind of that old-school linebacker where Kwiatkowski's kind of turning into that new-era linebacker?
Kwiatkowski's kind of slow, too. I think that's the hesitation there, ultimately.
A little slow. So if you had to actually pick, Harrison, T for Trevathan or Kwiatkowski, which one would you go with?
If Trevathan's healthy, I'm taking Trevathan.
Okay, fair enough. So the Bears, they re-signed Trevathan, probably going to move on from Nick Kwiatkowski.